What's up, everyone? This is Nate, and I'm back with another Out of the Theater review. Now, today, I actually did a double feature. I saw a movie called Afraid, and I saw a movie called 1992. It was pretty slim pickings. Next week, of course, is Beetlejuice, so I don't know. These studios just said, we're just going to throw some stuff out here. Good luck and enjoy. The movie that I'm going to be reviewing for you here is the movie Afraid. Now, this is the new horror movie from Blumhouse. I literally just started seeing the trailers maybe a month ago, and then the movie was out. So I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it. But before I do, if you would, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the bell icon. That way you get notified when new videos drop. Also, if you could, leave me a thumbs up down below. It helps the channel, it helps the video. And leave me a comment. Did you want to see this? Did you not want to see it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? I want to know your thoughts. All right, I went into this movie fully expecting to hate it. I mean, I don't hate every Blumhouse movie, and I don't like every Blumhouse movie. They're a production company that I sort of take them as they come. I go see it. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I don't like it. So, but this one just didn't look good. The story revolves around an AI. It's almost like an Alexa. Think like an Alexa. And this family, they get it in their house, and it starts doing weird stuff like bribing the kids and then controlling certain aspects and all this. The trailer, I will say, the trailer does not give away really everything the plot's about, which I guess is a plus. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I walked out of this movie pleasantly surprised. I have no idea if this is getting any good reviews. I haven't seen any. Probably watch them after this, and maybe I'll be in the minority. Probably I'll be in the minority, but I thought it was not that bad. This is written and directed by Chris Weitz. Track record is decent. I know he was like one of the co-directors on the original American Pie with his brother. He wrote and directed About a Boy. That's probably his most like kind of popular movie that he did. But he is like a pretty legitimate, director. He's not directed like a ton of amazing movies, but he's not horrible. And so it had a little bit of pedigree to it. Also, a really good cast, like John Cho, who I really like, and Catherine Waterston, who I also really like. I was like, okay, at least they got some actors and a writer-director who's decent, so maybe. I will say, as far as the positives go, that I was right in the sense of John Cho and Catherine Waterston add a lot to this movie. I think if you had lesser actors in this, I may not have liked it as much. But I did thoroughly enjoy watching those two kind of work here. They play a married couple. They're the ones who get the AI in their house. Especially John Cho. I thought he was really good in this. It has a little bit more drama than a typical horror movie. It kind of worked for them because they're good actors. So I thought the acting was actually surprisingly good. Even across the board, like even the side characters, David Desmalchin, whatever, I don't know how to say his name. He was just in Late Night with the Devil. He appears in this. He's always reliable as sort of like a side character. So I thought the acting was actually good. Also, these movies where they're horror films that are about technology and our reliance on technology and those sort of things, they can be very hit or miss. And for me, most of them miss. And I think in this case, it didn't miss. There's some things that missed, which I'll get to in the negatives. But I think on the whole, I pretty much liked it. I liked the ending. I was like, ooh, that's kind of interesting. I do think they tried their best to, have an AI as the horror villain. And I think it mostly works. On the negative, it doesn't all work. Which is why, there's a few things that don't really make sense to me. When I was watching it, I was like, but I don't really understand how that would happen. They try their best to explain it, but it's still a little confusing to me. Also, this movie's only 80 minutes. Like, it's really short. And so it could have used an extra 10 maybe to explain some of that stuff, but I digress. Also, it's not scary. So for a horror movie, there are 2 jump scares and that's it. The rest of it is not scary at all. And in a way, I think that worked in its favor because I liked the other stuff. So while I did not find it scary, and I don't think horror fans are going to be enjoying this much in that regard, if you give it a chance and just watch it as more of like it's not a drama, but it has some of that in it, like with the family and stuff like that. More of a thriller, maybe like a tech thriller, because it's not a horror movie. And there's some stuff that goes unexplained. So I'll have to add that to the negative. There's some stuff that goes unexplained. I still don't really understand how that works. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying to dance around it. But either way, be ready. If you do see this, be ready to not have everything explained to you. But other than that, I thought it was a solid movie. Like, I didn't hate this. I don't think it's amazing. I'm not saying rush out and see it, but I will give it a positive I lean on positive. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. For me, that's just barely positive. Maybe give it a rent or watch it at home when it's on streaming. Go to the theater if you want to see it. I support the theater, but you don't have to rush out to see it. So anyway, that's my take on Afraid Eye. We'll be back next week, of course, with a review for Beetlejuice. So until then, take it easy.